Hi, I'm Pam Fox. Thanks for watching my channel. My channel is here to encourage others. It's here to encourage others that you don't necessarily have to live a life of illness, of fatigue, of depression. That was my life for many, many years. I was overweight, I was exhausted, I was in pain, and I had a list of symptoms a mile long. You know those papers you fill out when you go to the doctor and they want you to check, all of the symptoms, all of the illnesses you've been diagnosed with, all of the medications that you take. Whenever I had to fill one of those out, I would think to myself, good Lord, I am not a well person. I am not a well person. And all my life, really, I have not been a well person, and I have longed to know what it would be like to be symptom-free and to just feel good and normal and healthy. And I'm not here to sell nothing. I am simply here to share my story and to hopefully encourage others to try this lifestyle that I have discovered that has completely changed my life. And so the history that I come from, I'm not even going to go over that. You can check out my videos. I go into length about, different areas of my life, different things I've overcome simply because of changing my diet. So I lost weight on this diet. I've lost about 35 pounds, and it came off really quite easily. It came off over a long period of time. It's taken me 2 years. But I really didn't have to, work out intensely. I do exercise because this diet has given me so much energy that it's made me really want to gain fitness. It's made me want to gain strength and flexibility and endurance because I have energy and I'm able to actually exercise. My workouts they're pretty wimpy though. I don't really push myself in my workouts, but I do exercise. So I've lost weight. But that was never really the goal for me, even though I had gained about 30 pounds since I got married and I did want to lose weight. Most of us, we do want to lose weight, but I wanted to heal. I desperately wanted to heal. I have overcome allergies and asthma that I've had my whole life. I still have them, but I take no medications and I am completely symptom-free 99% of the time. And that has been a miracle. I've had lifelong rheumatoid arthritis that's been in and out of remission my whole life. I am completely symptom-free. I take no medications for that. I have a condition called Hidradenitis Suppurativa. I'm not going to talk about it right here. It's disgusting, but I am 100% symptom-free. That was one that took a while. It didn't get better right away like some of these other things. It took me about 1.5 years before I started to have fewer and fewer outbreaks, and then to the point where I had no outbreaks, and I am completely 100%. I've been symptom-free for about 6 months, not a single outbreak. I suffered with GERD, gastric esophageal reflux disorder, which is indigestion, acid reflux, bloating, stomach pain, constipation, diarrhea, all that kind of stuff. Horrifying. Every day, all day, suffered with GERD. This cleared up within days of being on a plant-based diet. Except for the belching, which if you are interested in more about how I overcame my belching, I have several. You can go into my playlist and see that I have several videos on that. Acne, I had chronic cystic acne, which is where you get big, hard, painful pimples that take forever to heal, went away. Fatigue, I overcame horrifying fatigue on this diet, which, honest to goodness, if that's all this diet could have done was, rejuvenate my energy the way it's done, I would do it again in a heartbeat. The chronic fatigue that I experienced was plaguing my life, and it had been doing so for about, maybe 10 or 15 years since my kids were little. And now I have energy. I exercise. I drink no coffee. I do have it occasionally because it's delicious, but I don't rely on it. I maybe have it once or twice a month for special occasions. And I get up in the morning, I'm wide awake, I go to work, I go all day, I come home, I do chores around the house. Sometimes my husband and I go for a walk or we go on a date in the evenings. This is something I never used to be able to do. I was too tired. On the weekends, we go on hikes, we go on weekend trips, we just go all over the place. And I have the energy that allows me to do that because I'm giving my body the fuel that it needs. And depression, finally. Depression is something, that I know a lot of people suffer with, and we instantly go to the medication to treat it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I did that as well, and it was very helpful for me for a period of time. But had I known that our brains rely almost exclusively on glucose, which comes primarily from plant-based sources, this is part of the reason I was so depressed, is because my brain was its needs were not being met. Once I started eliminating the foods that were making me sick and eating the foods that make you well, that help you heal, that prevent disease, the depression went away. It just went away. So I'm simply here. I have this channel because I know how hard it is to take that step. I looked into plant-based nutrition for a year before I took the plunge, before I decided to try it for 30 days. For a year. I knew a lot about plant-based nutrition before I had the courage to try it. And I think for many people, we've already decided that, veganism is, it's out there. It's extreme. It's not extreme, but we think it's extreme. And we think that, we stereotype people who are vegans, and we don't want to put ourselves into that category. And we certainly don't want to try a diet that we're certain we're going to fail. Don't we think that? We think that, diets are hard and we've tried them before and they require a lot of discipline. This diet doesn't. It doesn't. You have to get through kind of a transitional phase, and then it becomes the way you eat, and it is so enjoyable. It is so enjoyable. The food is delicious. The food is delicious. You don't feel like you're missing anything, and you get to eat as much as you want. So that's been a part of the reason that I really enjoy this diet. I no longer worry about, eating too much or counting my calories or, portioning, controlling my portions and all of that. I don't think about that stuff anymore. I just eat as much as I want. And if I think something is particularly good, I just keep eating it. And I've still lost weight and I've still experienced healing because, again, I've eliminated the foods that were making me sick. You guys got to stop and think about this. We live in a country where we're surrounded by sick people, aren't we? And we've just come to accept that that's normal. We're living in a country where we're surrounded by sick people. Maybe you're a sick person. Maybe you're not. But why are we sick? Stop telling yourself that you're sick because of your genes, or you're sick because, you're exposed to, some kind of a toxin. Maybe that's true, but the primary reason I am convinced that we are so sick is because of the food that we put in our mouths. And it's not just junk food. While that's a big part of the problem, it's animal foods. Animal foods are making us sick. Now, I believe that a person wants to eat, a tiny little bit of animal foods. That's better than nothing. But for the best healing, get that stuff out of your diet and start getting in the plants so that your body, so that your immune system can do the job that it was meant to do, which is to heal and protect. You can do this, guys. It's really not hard. It's really not hard. You have to educate yourself. You have to learn how to cook and to shop and to order at a restaurant. You can do it. Try it for 30 days. Try it for 30 days. If you're sick and you try this diet 100%, try it 100% so that you know, if you just go into it half-heartedly, then you can't really look back and say, yeah, that diet didn't work for me because you weren't doing it. So do it, On my channel, I have several recommendations for movies and books and websites and doctors that you can check out on YouTube. Find someone on YouTube that really inspires you, a vegan, somebody. That's how I started out. I started watching people who were getting the results that I wanted. Okay? People who were experiencing healing, people who were sick, people who had overcome illness and just felt like a miracle had happened in their life, and it all sounded too good to be true. That's why you have to try it. That's the only way you'll know if it's going to work for you, is to try it. And I believe that all of these people around me in my life who are sick, I believe that if they were to try a plant-based diet, they would experience healing. I am convinced of this. And I believe that you can too. So, get yourself educated on the truth about plant-based nutrition. You've got to overcome all of the conditioning, that has taken place in your life. And it's not easy. That's probably one of the hardest parts about even trying veganism, is overcoming the conditioning, the belief that we need so much protein, the belief that we have to get our dairy in to get our calcium, the belief that, it just goes on and on and on. And the fear of becoming something that has a stigma. People stereotype and they tease and they make fun of vegans. And so, you don't want to put yourself into that position. I get it. But it's worth it. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. Okay, guys, I wish you luck. I really, really do. I wish you healing. I wish you healing. Thank you for watching.